Hello and welcome to the Adventures Are for the Cows YouTube channel. If you're new to the channel, my name is Chris and we're glad you came along for the adventure today. We are currently camping at Thousand Trails in Hershey, Pennsylvania, which is, it's right outside of Hershey where they make all the chocolate. They have Hershey Park here, Hershey Chocolate World. It's a pretty nice place. This actual campground here, it's one of their flagship resorts. It does get pretty busy in the summertime. Right now with this weekend, it is raining. It's definitely a little overcast, and we're not getting a whole lot of people here, which is nice. It's very quiet. But where we're at, which is actually up in the F Loop, the F Loop is probably one of our favorite sections. It's nice and secluded. When you're sitting here by the fire, or you're cooking supper, there's deer that come out. You get a bunch of rabbits and birds and all that stuff. But the deer are definitely really cool to see. So yeah, we're going to show you around the campground here. This video is not going to be anything too crazy, but definitely show you around and let us know what you think. If you've been to Thousand Trails Hershey before, let us know what your favorite loop is. I think one of the cool things about this campground is no matter which loop you're in, it kind of feels like you're in a different campground altogether. Like I said, this loop here, the F Loop, is pretty secluded from the rest of the campground resort. So you don't have a lot of the screaming or the closeness. And so without any further ado, let me show you around this place. I think you're going to enjoy it. We definitely do. We come here a lot. So yeah, let's go take a look around. One thing that I will say about this campground is, they do have some rules here. I would say it is probably one of the more strict campgrounds that we've been to that is within the Thousand Trails package. They are very strict about their speed here. They have a very strict 5-mile-an-hour speed limit zone that goes through the campground. And I've actually heard stories of people that get tickets for exceeding that speed limit, and I believe it goes to like a local charity, maybe the Ronald McDonald House. I'm not 100% sure, but yes, they will give you tickets here for speeding. And some of the more, we call them annual sites, the seasonals that are here, they will definitely tell you that you're going too fast, even run out into the road and yell at you, which is interesting. I've even literally had it one time where I was coasting up a hill with my foot completely off the gas pedal, going under 5 miles an hour, and I had a lady run out of her camper and come running up alongside of my truck yelling at me to do 5 miles an hour when I was not even doing 5 miles an hour. So that was exciting. But you know, it is a good campground. You know, we definitely really like it here. It's a very big campground. You can fit pretty big equipment in here. You know, it's definitely a really awesome area. I think the only area where they really have 2-point hookups in this campground is the A loop, which they do have some full hookups that are kind of mixed in within those. But it is, like I said, it's really nice. It's big. It has an outdoor pool. It has a real big indoor hot tub, which, you know, we'll show you later. It has arcade, which was bigger right around the COVID months, or when COVID had hit. It was right around that time frame. I want to say maybe 2020. They shrunk the arcade room, probably cut it in about half, and turned one side of it into like a little bit of an office space, I believe, for the rec team. But it is still a very nice arcade. There's a couple things that are in there that we'll show you. But, you know, it's definitely still enough to be able to have a good time. Our favorite thing in there is a crane machine. Every time we come here, we win stuffed animals for our dogs, and they certainly enjoy that. So, yeah, like I said, they have an indoor hot tub, which it's really nice. You know, it's very relaxing. Usually doesn't get too crowded. The one thing that we do enjoy is the fact that it is separate from a swimming pool. So they have a 16 and over limit that is on the hot tub, like an age restriction, which is nice because you don't get a lot of kids that go in there that mess around and you know, just get loud and disrespectful. But you know, the majority of the people who go in there are going to be your older adults, and you know, it is mellow. It's nice. A lot of the other ones that we go to, if they have an indoor pool, the hot tub will actually be right by the pool, so you get kids that just kind of run back and forth, and it gets a little annoying. But one thing to note right now, you know, even though it is a rainy weekend, in the summer months, once Hershey Park opens, it is harder to get into this resort. I believe they open right around Memorial Day. I'll have to put a little thing up here in the video, but once the park opens up and the kids get out of school, this campground does get a lot more full. So your best times to come are typically before May. The campground this year, I think, opened April 12th weekend, but since that, you know, it hasn't been too crazy full. This is actually our first time here this year, but just knowing in the years past, we've actually typically come to this resort for opening weekend. But this resort in particular can get a little chaotic on opening weekend, and they're very just overall strict. So they're very strict on the 12 o'clock check-in time. You know, even if you're here a minute early, they will turn you away, and it's not very easy to get around and come back, which can be you know, kind of annoying. You know, I get it. Rules are rules. You have to abide by them. If not, you know, people definitely take advantage of it. But, you know, I think in some aspects they could be a little more lenient in the fact that, you know, it's very hard to time when you're coming from really traveling any distance to get to where you're going, you know, especially if you're coming from a different state, you know, to make sure that you are going to get there at a certain time. And the last thing you want to do if you've been traveling for hours is pull over somewhere along the road to you know, to wait, you know, when you might just be a minute or two early. But you know, just even though you're a minute or two early, I've actually gotten into a situation where I was at the gate, got turned away, and that minute or two early ended up turning into about 45 minutes or an hour, you know, just to be able to drive around, and all the utter chaos and things that were going on was crazy. But you know, anyway, we don't have to talk about that anymore. But you know, this weekend is a really nice weekend here. It's rainy, but you know, we're definitely enjoying it. The weathers are still pretty nice, and so yeah. Alright, well that concludes our time here at Hershey 1000 Trails. I hope you guys enjoyed it. It is definitely a cold, wet, soggy, rainy end to our weekend. You know, but it's alright. We had a really fun, enjoyable, relaxing weekend. You know, we didn't get out and see as many adventures as we probably would have liked, or you would have liked this weekend, but you know, we still had a really good weekend. We enjoyed it with some really good company. My cousin and his wife came, and we just really enjoyed our time together. We had some real good drinks, some good food, a lot of good belly laughs, and you just can't beat that, especially on a rainy weekend. So, you know, as you can see here, it is definitely very wet, and that's okay. So don't forget to get registered or enter for the giveaway. All you have to do is comment, like, subscribe. The comment for this video is going to be 5 mph. And you don't want to get caught speeding in Hershey. 5 miles an hour. So, yeah. We hope you had a really good time with us, and we'll see you on our next adventure.